don't get too excited. I've not just upgraded everything. Microphone, tripod. You know, some of the comments I get from people saying, you're making me feel sick, changing your arms all the time and all this stuff. Look, I'm probably not going to do this on a regular basis because taking 5 minutes to set this up is not for me, but I've just got some brand new IKEA indoor furniture for outside that's going to last 5 minutes because of the humidity and heat, and I thought I'd come make a video and flex. You can even put my legs up, flex the new studio, which is my balcony, and hopefully this is recording all right and you can hear me all right and all that stuff. It's kind of jazzy. I can do half an hour yapping dead easy. Look at me, minute in. I can do half an hour yapping dead easy, even without the setups, you know, just passing shoulders stood out here. So now, here I am on my balcony. Let's talk about AI. Let's talk about the 5 jobs that are 100% disappearing in the next few years. I can't say whether it'll be 1, 5 or 10, but I would guesstimate on the shorter side of it. Spoiler alert, it's not 5 jobs. It's all of them. It's all of them. I see figures being thrown around by these kind of institutions and these think tanks talking about like job losses or unemployment rates of 20%. If it stopped at 20%, I would be joyous. I would be over the moon. But the reality is, all jobs are disappearing. I'm not saying that to be controversial. I'm not saying for it to go viral. All jobs are going to disappear. It's not when, it's not if, it's when. Simple as. I realise for people that are used to incremental change in technologies, I realise that might sound like an outlandish statement, but it's the truth. Teachers, the AI tutors are already better than teachers. You could argue there's a human touch to teachers and stuff. Yeah, that's the bit I hated about school. That's the bit that sucks. When they're trying to ram their left-wing ideology down your kid's throat. Yeah, that's the bad stuff. The AI tutor's not going to do that. But all jobs are going to disappear. There's going to be a robot or an AI or a combination of both, which is very, very likely to happen pretty damn soon. It might be 10 years. There's going to be some slow rollout of that. I get that because there's scaling up of production of the robots, and there's going to be a real human pushback against AI and robotics as wealth shifts to the controllers of the AI and the powers that be, and out of the hands of normal people. So we just had this furniture delivered. We had a shoe box thing that you put shoes in, and these chairs for outside, and a little table that you happen to be perched with the tripod, and I assume they're Indians. I'm 99% sure they're Indian men. 2 Indian men come, set it up, delivered it and set it up. Amazing. Because I hate flat pack furniture. They come and did it. Well, at some point in the near future, a robot's going to do that. Now that could be 20 years, it could be 10 years, it could be 5. Not likely to be 5 for total job displacement, but like a lot of jobs are going to disappear in the next 5 years. Right? You don't even understand the fundamental change that AI and robotics and automation is going to bring to the world and the world of work. And I wrestle with it every day. So spoiler alert, anyway, there's not 5 jobs, it's all of them. There's going to be some protected industries. I don't know what those industries are going to be, and there's going to be some human pushback as well. As people lose their sense of worth, as people lose their ability to earn, like those guys, it's a very basic job. They deliver furniture and they set up flat pack furniture. Could I do that myself? Could I have picked that stuff up from IKEA? Yes, it's 10 minutes away. I could have put it in the back of my oversized car and we could have brought it back same day and set it up myself. But it would have took me an hour or two messing around because I've not done it before with like that particular flat pack. So it would have took me a while. So for convenience sakes, I don't want to lug the boxes. I don't want to do the setup. I don't want to deal with drills or Allen keys. I'm going to pay them to do it. So they came, did it. It's all done. It looks like it's perfect to me. Happy days. You think that something that I can do as a customer is not going to get done by robots? See, what's weird about the world is the manual jobs are going to be the ones that are last to go. Not all manual jobs. Things like driving is going to go pretty quickly. Again, it's going to be regulation. It's going to be governmental pushback and societal pushback that stops it from disrupting driving altogether. But over the medium term, all driving jobs are gone. All driving jobs are gone. Taxis, van drivers, delivery drivers, lorry drivers, train drivers. Like there's a metro here, there's a tram that goes around Dubai Marina. I don't think anyone drives it. And there's a metro, you might even be able to see it down there. Can you see it? There's a metro down there. I don't know what you can see because you're too far away from me, but over there, there's a metro. I don't think anyone drives that. Like we're already to a stage whereby you don't need AI to do a bunch of stuff, but you load AI into the stuff whereby they still go, well, the train can drive itself, but we better have a human do it and pay them 70 grand a year in the UK, I think it is, to be a train driver. Do you know what train drivers do? I know because that's what they told me I should be at school. Thanks. A train driver. Do you know what train drivers do? I'd rather watch paint dry. They do this. That's to go faster. I assume this is the controls. And then they do this to go slower. Imagine doing that all day, every day. And they get paid something like 70 grand as well. I think they got a pay rise under this current ridiculous UK government. £70,000 a year to do this. Mad. Well, it's all going. It's all going because there's no need for it now. When cars can drive themselves already, and lorries have got that same tech in them, like, it's all going. But the thing is, the people that stand to profit the most from an AI and robotics future aren't pushing it in the most honest way. They're treading carefully because they know at some point there's going to be a legal, regulatory pushback, societal pushback against AI and robotics. It might be too late, but like that's going to happen. As jobs start getting displaced massively, there's going to be some real pushback against it. So some industries will stay protected in the near term, maybe medium term. I don't know, I feel like lawyers, like they're going to get displaced to a certain extent. I'm not going to use a lawyer for simple contracts. I'm going to use AI. But I feel like there is going to be some protected industries. But things like doctors, even if it's protected in the short term, like when an AI can diagnose me like that at home and I put my finger on a finger prick thing and it does a blood sample analysis like instantly and tells me what's wrong, and I don't know, 3D prints me a supplement that fixes me or whatever, you think I'm going to blooming doctor bloody whatever for him to guess what's wrong with me, like based on his training? Doctors don't even have, like, they don't even get graded. As far as I'm aware, you're either a doctor or you're not a doctor. Like, so doctors that just scraped by, you don't know if it's a just scraped by a doctor or if it's a smashed it smart as anything doctor. You don't know. Well, you're telling me that I'm not going to go to an AI doctor, some robotic surgeon, AI doctor in the future? Of course we are. We're all going to. So over the medium term, for sure, most jobs are threatened. Over the long term, all jobs are gone. But I don't know what that long term is, and nobody does. Jobs will be bougie. It will be, I choose to do this rather than I have to do this. Because when you can pay a robot or AI essentially nothing or as close to nothing as possible to do a task, why have a human bumble through it? When the AI of the future, I realise they still make mistakes now, but the AIs of the future and the robots of the future won't make errors. there will be no errors. Like, obviously there's always mechanical failure, but for important stuff like surgery, say where the blooming brain surgeon robots, well, you'd have some fail safes in there whereby if a motor failed, it don't just start swirling around in your brain with a scalpel. Do you know what I mean? You'd have you'd have all kinds of fail safes built into it. You can't guarantee that brain surgeon's not going to have an heart attack while he's operating on you. Do you know what I mean? So the world's going to change. It's not forced to be for the worst. It could be for the better. But it's definitely going to challenge humanity in ways that you can't imagine right now. That's just the facts. That's just the truth of it. And some jobs are going to go sooner than others. We are here on the AI and robotics curve. We are essentially just starting out, and we're already feeling it. There's already like low-level customer service being done by AI and stuff. There's already a load of stuff, data entry jobs. Like, there's so many jobs, and not such low-level things as well. There's so many jobs that are being done now. What is that noise? There's the metro. You'll see it go. You'll see it go in a minute. Probably, depending on your angle. I think you will. All jobs are gone. All jobs. So I could list the 5 jobs that are going real soon with AI and robotics, but they're all going. Your job's going. Nobody's safe. Nobody's protected. Our kids and our kids' kids aren't going to live in the same world that we lived in. Get rid of these. You need a paradigm shift in your mind. Get rid of these old ideas of the Industrial Revolution, and now like the horse and cart was replaced by the motor car, and this was replaced by that, and it all kind of happened relatively gradual. No, we're going to wake up one day, and everything that you can do now will be able to be done better, cheaper, faster by an AI or a robot. And it's not a million miles away, because we are, whether you believe in a technological S-curve, okay, we're here on the S-curve, and then it does the S, which might be this way for you, or you think you're going to get an exponential technological boom, which I think is more likely. At some point, we're all going to wake up, and everything we can do now that we maybe pride ourselves on because we've done it for 10, 20 years, 30 years or whatever, everything that we can do now is going to be able to be done better, faster, cheaper by an AI or a robot. So what is the plan? When if you don't believe me, cool, bury your head in the sand. That's what the vast majority of people are doing. They don't have a clue. They don't understand. They don't have the foresight. They don't have the vision to know that everybody's jobs are getting displaced. So what can you do? The answer is, you get on this wave with the AI and you ride the wave. You use AI to help you get rich, and then you take that money and you invest it in as much diversified ways as possible. If that means a little bit of real estate, get a bit of real estate. If that means stocks and shares in maybe AI companies, technological companies, then buy some of those companies, like buy some stocks and shares or some mutual funds, some tracker funds. If that means investing in crypto, invest in some crypto, precious metals, gold, silver, whatever. Buy businesses. Whatever that looks like, you need to get diversified. You need to first get rich. And I'd say that because I'm just going to say what I mean. You need to get rich because it's all right. I mean, a 5K a month, 10K a month, 20K a month income is extremely achievable now with AI and AI agents for the common person. Extremely slam dunk achievable. Earnings disclaimer, I'm not promising a penny, blah, blah, blah. But it's extremely achievable because everything that would have stopped you before has now been made easy, fast and cheap by AI and AI agents. But it's because we're here on this curve. When we're here on this curve, it's too late. It's too late for all of us. Right now, it's like 1998 on the internet. When you look at not robots, but AI, right? Just AI. Normal people that have remote income businesses that want to build a digital asset that can pay them money and can grow and scale over time, more and more helped by AI. You can do that now, but you couldn't do it before. So the barriers to entry have never been lower. Normal people can now get rich on the internet using AI and AI agents. But the fact of the matter is, you look at all those people down there, I guarantee 80-90% of them don't use AI day to day. And of the 10% that do, and that's probably ambitious, but let's say 10% of them do knowingly use AI. And I do see a lot of ChatGPT users when I walk around the pool here and stuff. But let's say 10% of them do use AI on a daily basis. 99% of those people do not know how to make money with AI and AI agents, because they're normal people, they've never run businesses, they don't look at the world in the same way as somebody that's been entrepreneur for 23 plus years, like me. We look for opportunities, we look at the world a different way. We don't look for how do I pay my bills by exchanging my time for money. That's like being a slave. Now it's fine, you've got to do what you've got to do. You've got to pay your bills, and I'm not saying quit your job and go, I was going to say something bees deep. I'm not saying quit your job. My business partner did that, by the way. She quit her job, and yeah, put a lot of pressure on me to help her succeed. $12 million later, it ended up being the right decision for her. But I'm not saying quit your job, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a job. I'm saying long term, you can't rely on that job. So whether you see this as a side hustle that you start now to do alongside your job, or whether you see it as like a short, medium term thing that you do to transition out of a job, you need to be building businesses. You need to be building online income streams using AI and AI agents that shortcut the time, cost, and barrier to entry massively. And this is only right now. This is not 5 years ago. This is not 3 years ago. We're here on that curve. It's 1998 on the internet again. Imagine if you could go back in time to 1998 when people were saying the internet was a load of rubbish, not going to make any money. In fact, the dot-com crash in 2000, 2001, dot-com bubble. Everybody was pumping money into the internet stocks and all this stuff with no revenue models, no profits and stuff. And there was a massive dot-com crash, right? Because it was just like a load of hype and craziness. I was making a small fortune as a 20-ish year old kid online, whilst everybody else was creating these crazy ideas of making money, and nobody was actually making money, everybody was losing. I was making good money. And then look how the internet turned out. Anyway, they were wrong. It wasn't a bubble. I mean, the stock prices increase of these no plan, no clue business ideas. Yeah, all right, that was a bubble, but like the internet didn't turn out to be a bubble. And look what's happened over the next 27 years with the internet. Wow, that's crazy. The internet is now an antique. It's been longer than that, but like 27, 30 years, look at what the internet's become. It's become everything to everybody all of the time. We live a virtual life in a virtual world, right? It's not going to be any different with AI and robotics, right? We're on this. I don't think it's going to be like the internet that's kind of done that. I think it's going to be like this. Boom, right? And I think it's going to displace everything, everyone. It's going to be crazy, the rate of change, right? So if you could go back into 1998, knowing what you know now, would you invest in Amazon stock or Apple stock or Google stock? And obviously not in 1998, but over the coming years, knowing how e-commerce and online income streams and online business was going to explode and become part of everybody's life. And we're all going to have a computer connected to the internet in our hands, in our pockets all of the time, and spend loads of our time looking at it. If you'd have known all that was going to happen, you'd go back, you'd invest heavily, and you'd make a fortune. Well, it's no different now with AI and automation and robotics. We're on this whereby people are still going, it's not going to take my job. Of course it is, idiot. The only jobs that are going to be protected are going to be because governments or societal pushback against those industries becoming AI and automated. But over time, that's going to erode. It's going to erode. I've had a couple of people now say, I wouldn't want to get on a plane that's flown by an AI pilot. When the AI pilot never crashes, but Bill on a Friday afternoon that's been getting drunk with Sally, the senior aerostess in the airport bar, and decided, I'll be all right, 5 and drive, and he's flown your plane into a mountain. Like, at some point, you're going to go, I'm only getting on planes with the AI pilots. You just are. You just are. I realise that might take time, but, and again, there might be a societal thing whereby they say, no, we're not going to accept AI pilots. We always got to have a human there, you know. And over time, some country will go, well, we don't care, we're just whatever. And over time it'll erode. Like, there's pushback against new technologies when they first come out, and over time they get more adopted, more integrated. They usually create a wealth divide between those people that look at social media scrollers and consumers versus those that use social media as a tool to generate business or make money. There's a difference, there's a divide. One wastes the time, one builds something of value that they can monetize. You can use it however you want. There's creators, there's consumers. I'm just saying you're better off in the creator side of it than you are in the consumer side of it. And that's what business owners do. We look for opportunities, and we look to, I don't want to say exploit, we looked at how to solve problems for people and cure or solve pains for people profitably. That's all business is. You have a problem, I can solve it. I will sell you the solution, and my solution costs me 80%, and 20% of what you pay is my profit, or whatever that looks like. It can be 90% profit, whatever, depending on business model. But that's it. You have a problem, and there's lots of people like you, customer avatars. So this customer avatar has this particular problem or pain point. I can solve it with this product, service, whatever. You make them know about your solution to their pain or problem. They pay you to solve their pain or problem. They're happy, they get what they paid for. Problem, pain solved. You're happy, you made a profit. That's all business is. And all I'm saying is, look for ways that you can use AI and automation, and in the future robotics, but not yet, AI and automation to help solve problems for people en masse, so you can put yourself in the flow of money. Like, I'm not saying scam people, I'm not saying look for weird little techniques to make money by doing this or doing that. Like, I'm not talking about becoming an online Del Boy. I'm talking about real businesses solving real problems, real pain points for real people, but you just happen to facilitate that using AI and automation. That's what I'm helping people do right now. I've got 7 students that are going through a one-to-one process. I'm helping them build an AI business one-to-one from scratch. These are normal people with no experience. They've got no tech abilities. They don't know anything about AI on the whole. They've mostly got no business experience. And I'm going, look, let's remove all these things that would have stopped you 2-3 years ago and plug those gaps with AI and automation. And then the entrepreneurial glue, vision, plan, strategies, system, follow my system, do this, do that, click this, click that, use AI here, use AI agent there, use AI here, use AI agent there. And now what would have took them 3 years and they'd have failed because they didn't have the deep pockets for it, they didn't have the skill set for it, they didn't have the tenacity for it or whatever. What would have took them 3 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then them still high chance of failure because most businesses fail, can now be done in days or weeks and using AI and AI agents. But like I say, those people down there just driving around day to day, heads buried in the sand, they don't even know this is happening, never mind know what to do. So I'm in the process of taking these 7 people through that journey with me from scratch, building an AI and AI agent business that does 95, 99% of the hard work for them. They're still gonna have to do stuff. We're not there yet, but thank God we're not there yet, because if we was, there'd be no opportunity. So you still got to glue this stuff together, you still got to know what you're doing, but normal people can now build real businesses with AI. And I'm actually putting together a free training that's going to tell whoever wants to join how I'm doing this and what I'm doing with these people. I'm putting that together right now. I had a breakthrough moment yesterday. The free training is almost complete. When that's complete, I will announce it on the channel and you're free to join me if you want. And then on that free training, obviously I will make an offer for group coaching. I will tell you how to do it. I'll tell you what to do. Like, I'll set you free. I'll go build, baby. And a bunch of people will take that free training. They'll go learn whatever they've got to learn. They'll go try some stuff, and they'll build a business with AI and AI agents based on that free training. But a bunch of people are going, Matt, I don't want to do the trial and error stuff. I don't want to do it the hard way. You know what you're doing. I want you to just handhold me through this. So that's what I'm going to create as well. So on the free training at the end, with your permission, if you stay that long, I will make an offer to some people that it makes sense for them people to jump on and have me help them do it. So it removes any learning curve. It removes watching clowns on YouTube make long videos about 25 best AI tools that I'm using to make money. Or I've seen some that are like, I built a $1.7 million business in 3 days using AI. No, you didn't. You built something that somebody else has made $1.7 million with, and you just did the same thing as them but with AI. But you ain't made $1.7 million because you can't just, right now, you can't just go, AI, print me money. It's fantasy. It's a la fantasy dream, and everyone's looking for that push button easy thing. But it's never been easier than right now to make money with AI. But it's not, you don't want to be looking for simple, press this button and make money, because even if that works for a while, those opportunities don't last. And I've seen loads of them over the 20 odd years I've been in business online. They come along, there's something really juicy, really amazing. You found this hack, and within about a few weeks or a couple of months or something, it's gone. So maybe you make a bit of money, but there's no longevity to it. I'm saying, look, build a real business for real customers that solves real problems, but take all of the stuff you can't do and do it with AI and AI agents, so it's faster, cheaper, and easier. And then you get to the other end, you've got a real business whereby the vast majority of the hard stuff and the expensive stuff and the slow stuff is done by AI, and you can benefit from it over the long term until everybody loses their jobs, nobody's got any money, but at that point you got rich, you invested in stocks, shares, bonds, precious metals, crypto, real estate, businesses, you got diversified, you essentially escaped the rat race, you escaped the, I'm not going to call it the Matrix, but you escaped that painful existence of slaving away for a boss that tells you when you can go to the toilet, tells you if you can go on holiday or not. Oh no, you can't go on holiday. You've been away for 2 weeks this year already. You've only got 3 days left. If you like, please, I do what I want, when I want, I go where I want, with whoever I want. I make the rules in my life, and it's been like that for decades. I can't imagine somebody telling me I have to turn up at 9 a.m., suit and tie, and no, you can't go to the toilet. Like, you've got to finish your thing. Like, what? What kind of existence is that? It's one you choose, because AI and AI agents have made it easier than ever for normal people to get rich if they know what they're doing. Most people don't, which is why I'm putting together this free training to actually demystify it and let normal folk, like these people driving cars, normal folk, join me on the free training, learn what I'm doing, learn how to do it. Your mind will be blown. You'll look at it and go, I had no idea this exists. I had no idea this was this powerful. I can't believe what I'm seeing. And then you can be ahead of the game. You could go build it on your own for free using that free training, or you can raise your hand and say, Matt, that was amazing. Show me how to do it. Show me click by click, step by step how to do it. And then you can join my group coaching program if we're a good fit. Right, that's it. All jobs are disappearing. Hopefully you enjoyed my video. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought to this setup. Did you prefer it? Was the audio okay? Am I clipping all over the place? Did I regret doing this? Am I going to watch it back and be like, oh, that audio didn't record, or it sounds echoey, or I don't know. You tell me. Thanks for watching anyway. See you next time. Bye.